The Yak-40 is a passenger aircraft that was used by local airlines and was developed in the Soviet Union in the 1960s. 55 years ago, the first flight of the world's 41 jet passenger aircraft took place. For regional airlines, we recall the history of creation and use of this advanced machine, which became a symbol of Soviet civil aviation. October 21, 1966, from the Zhukovsky airfield near Moscow, after two quick runs took off the sky, an unusual small plane with a large straight wing and a stern installation with 3 engines. It was one prototype of the legendary and Axor, which in many ways became the first missile defense system. From the ground, Arseny Kolosov, sitting in the left seat, Yuri Petrov, who took the place of 2 pilots, smoothly raised the car to a height of 300 meters, broke through the clouds, made 2 laps and landed safely. Their first impressions. The aircraft is stable and easy to control. This is what Pravda special correspondent Konstantin Raspelin told about the first flight. Despite the fact that only at the beginning of the 60s Soviet jet aircraft began to be developed without regard to military themes, it was the creation of K.B. Yakovlev that earned a special place in the history of world civil aviation as one in the world and an active passenger aircraft for local airlines. Its use made it possible to replace obsolete piston aircraft used on domestic Soviet airlines, such as the Il-12 or Tu-Il-14. It is interesting that before the development of the AK-40, Zero Yakovlev Design Bureau was not engaged in the design of large passenger aircraft. Their specialization was training, military, and sports aircraft. For the creation and refinement of the Yak-40 was responsible for Deputy Chief Designer Adler. Since 1932, he worked in KB, and during the war, he was engaged in the design of the Yak-3 fighter. Given the peculiarities of local airlines, the designers decided to make the aircraft as simple and reliable as possible. They chose a large straight wing, which made it possible to abandon complex multi-slot flaps and slats. Large diameter wheels allowed to take off and land on ground airfields, with a strength of 5 and 6 kg per square centimeter. In addition, the aircraft used boostless control. Simply put, the forces with the control body are directly transmitted to the control surface, 3 engines AI-25 located in the tail part of the layout, which subsequently used the famous Soviet aircraft Tu-154. Also provided increased safety. The aircraft could continue horizontal flight even with one of the 3 engines running. One of the main advantages of the new aircraft was the reversible device of its middle engine. This innovation made it possible to reduce the mileage of the aircraft when landing. Reversible shields, which are necessary for the operation of this device, are part of the aircraft engine. It was assumed that the aircraft would be used on airlines of up to 1,500 kilometers, and it has a capacity similar to an average bus up to 32 passengers. Since the aircraft is used on a local airline, it does not need mobile airfield ramps B. Instead, the tail part has a folding ramp. Due to the high power of the aircraft, managed to increase its economic efficiency. Initially, the capacity of the aircraft was 24 passengers, but due to reducing the size of the luggage, it was increased to 27 passengers. By the way, this plane did not have the usual full baggage compartment. Luggage compartment dressing rooms or buffet are located behind the passenger compartment and separated from it by a partition. This is what the instructions for use say. The cabin of the Yak-40 airliner is equipped with 2 workplaces for the pilot and 2 pilots. If necessary, 3 seats can be accommodated here. From the cockpit light provides a good view for both pilots. Yak-40 is equipped with a modern set of radio electronic, navigation and aerobatic equipment. It allows the airliner to fly day and night, even in bad weather conditions. The enemy is equipped with an autopilot AP-40 course system, Grimka 1, G magnetic compass Kai 13-2, automatic radio compasses ARK-9 course landing system SP-50. Radio communication equipment is provided by Command Radio Station 1, 11 or radio stations Balkan 5 and Lily 5. Above 40 there is an effective air thermal anti-condensation system. The security system includes a radio thunderstorm weather locator capable of detecting thunderstorm fronts along the route course. The aircraft has 30,000 flight hours and a service life of 25 years. The aircraft has a straight wing of great elongation. It consists of two main consoles. Each console has three sections of retractable landing and takeoff flaps and two sections of ailerons. Each longitudinal set of cantilever frame and wing spar structure cantilever consists of 6 pairs of stringers of 1 spar, 2 longitudinal walls. The transverse set consists of 34 nerves. The cladding structure is made of bureau aluminum sheets. The wing has cutouts for a niche where the wheel is placed in the retracted position. Main landing gear support and shock absorbing strut. At the same time, the chassis is equipped with large diameter wheels. They have soft damping, which reduces the specific pressures on the surface of the runway and makes it possible to use the aircraft at rural airfields on each wing console. There are 3 sections of flaps. All sections are similar in design. Each part consists of a skin and a frame. The frame is formed by stringers longeron with a set of transverse profiles, and the rib of the longitudinal wall consists of a conveyor beam, which consists of a wall reinforced by posts of the lower and upper chords. Stringers are made of aluminum pressed profiles of Tevre cross section. Aerodynamic scheme: turbojet 3-engine low-wing engine arrangement at the rear with a single keel T-shaped plumage and a straight wing. The closest analog is the Fokker 614, a jet short-haul passenger aircraft produced in France. The engines were located on pylons above the wings. Interesting facts about the plane: disembarkation and boarding of passengers is carried out on the tail ramp, which is simultaneously a hatch cover, resembling an airplane cargo ramp. Yak-40's design excludes an Yak-40, featuring a separate luggage compartment that gives luggage when boarding and transports it in the lobby. It's used by Vladivostok companies. Technical characteristics: crew of 3 people plus 1 flight attendant passengers. Capacity 40, 36, 34, 31 and 27 people, depending on the layout. Load capacity 3.2 tons, length 20.36 mm, wingspan 25 meters, height 6.5 meters, wing area 70 square meters, weight of equipment more than 17 tons. Empty weight is almost 14 tons. Flight properties: top speed 546 km per hour at an altitude of 6,000 meters, cruising speed 510 km per hour, also at an altitude of 6,000 meters, distillation range 2.5–1,000 km, practically a passenger ceiling of 6,000 km, distillation 8,000 km, soon lift 7 meters per second, runoff length 850 meters. Running length with reverse is 5,500 meters, without reverse is 7,500 meters. Serial production of the Yak-40 began in 1968 at the Saratov 1 aircraft plant. Regular flights remain on the route Moscow-Kostroma of eastern Siberia. This aircraft began to be used by the aviation company Bratsk. The ability of this aircraft to take off from high-altitude airfields allowed in 1971 to use it on the air routes of Tajikistan. The head of civil aviation in the Soviet Union, Bugayev, said that the Yak-40 marked the beginning of a new stage in the aerification of the country. It cannot be said that the aircraft was economical. Its engine consumed a lot of fuel, which is why it was called a kerosene fighter. The Soviet Union was not very concerned about this problem. Production of the aircraft continued until 1981, during which more than 1,000 units and more than 100 were created, have been exported abroad since 1967. The Yak-40 constantly participated in international air shows, where its characteristics attracted the attention of foreign buyers. The aircraft made demonstration flights in most countries of Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and America, having overcome about 500 in these flights. Kilometers designers had the opportunity to test the aircraft in various climatic conditions. There are different types of mountains and valleys at airfields. The seller was the Soviet Foreign Trade Association Aviation, which received orders for the Yak-40 from German airlines. An order for 14 aircraft also went to Italy, France and Sweden. but due to the lengthy certification procedure, many plans failed to materialize. Airworthiness certificates from Italy and Germany were obtained in 1972, which made the Yak-40 the first domestic aircraft to receive permission for operation in companies of capitalist countries. The Yak-40 also became the first Soviet aircraft that was sold to countries with a developed aviation industry. In addition to Western Europe, Aviaexport made a proposal to Boeing about the joint sale and service of the Yak-40 in North America, but this project was opposed by part of the power structures of the United States. And it didn't go beyond intentions. The first party that bought the Soviet Axorok became Italy. After that, the aircraft made a demonstration flight from Rome to Australia, Yak-40 original. By design for its flight characteristics and size in the West, there is actually no comparable aircraft with it. It can only be compared with some American projects, which will be implemented no earlier than a few years, wrote the French magazine Aviation. In April 1970, the Soviet Union actively promoted the Yak-40 on the international market and organized a demonstration tour of this aircraft in Latin America and other regions. Since 1970, the aircraft has been used in 19 countries around the world, and in many of them it is still in operation. Aviation Export actively promoted the aircraft in the South American market, where the Yak-40, which does not require a developed airfield infrastructure, could find good demand. The Soviet side presented them 40 as a replacement for the Piston Aircraft 1. An agreement for the delivery of 5 aircraft and 40 was concluded with Colombian Airlines. The Soviet Union planned not only to sell aircraft but also to organize. Personal production by the port city of Baronquili Aviaexport offered very favorable conditions for the purchase of aircraft at a price of just over $1 million with a loan of 2% per annum for 15 years. Despite the pleasant impressions, the aircraft did not find buyers. The Colombian company's contract was terminated because the Colombian authorities did not approve the aircraft. The Yak-40 Baronquili assembly project was also cancelled. Only 3 parties in the region certified the aircraft: Cuba, Bolivia, and Guatemala. Since 1970, the Yak-40 has been used in 19 stages. As of 1st January 2006 in the Russian state, if the Civil Air Column was registered 265 aircraft, Yak-40 of them, 138 were in operation. As of February 2020, at least 50 aircraft of this type remain in service. The largest number is used by the Vologda Aviation Enterprise, and the Syrian Arab Airlines Yak-40 also continues to be operated in the Czech Republic, Kazakhstan, and Libya. Many modifications of the Yak-40 were created, including a meteorological laboratory. The prototypes were built in 6 different qualifications, which differed in design features and capacity. In addition to passenger, many other modifications of the Yak-40 were created. 40 Aqua4 scientists, Yak-40 GTS for military and various flying purposes. Many of the remaining Yak-40s were converted into business jets. These aircraft are used by Saratov Airlines. Regular flights to Yak-40 Moscow and St. Petersburg are still performed by Vologda Aviation Enterprise. In recent years, there have been several announcements of plans to modernize the aircraft. So Siberian NI Chaplygin Aviation plans to do this by replacing the old 3 engines A and 25 with 2 American. The management of the plant decided to convert the aircraft into a twin-engine version. As the analysis showed that such a solution is relatively simple and inexpensive, the aircraft received 2 nicknames: the Iron Ham for its small size and strong engine pressure, and the Kerosene Fighter for its high fuel consumption. In aviation circles, the Proyak 40 will be a multi-bike and jokes. He also received many nicknames. One of the common cigarette butts for its small size and noticeable smoking exhaust. Here it is from the fables of Kamchatka: the weather is a million. At 5400 along the highway, AN-26 is walking towards him at 5700 Yak-40. The Melkov dispatcher asks AN-26 meets Yak-40. Watch the commander of the aircraft. AN-26, I see smoke, but I don't at 40. At this time, Yak-40 answers with resentment in my voice, and I don't see AN-26 either, but I hear it. Finally, it is worth adding that the plane came out extremely successfully. This is evidenced by the fact that in addition to the Soviet Union, from modern Russia, it was operated in 20 countries of the world, where the order to become copies of the wing machine were sold. And that's all. Thank you for watching.